Hello, my dear Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I'll be doing your channeled reading for an intuitive project of your month of October 2019. This reading will be primarily spiritual, concerned with your ascent, as well as your ascent with a particular other, if there are any in your vicinity, dealing with love, soul energy, romance, and perhaps cosmic love of a certain type. We'll be working with the Book of the Dead, and we'll start a pre-shuffle for you now. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Okay. Your pre-shuffle begins with you, the Hermit. You going into great isolation as well as solitude in order to find a truth about a hidden commitment. You have found your truth, and you have escaped the great grounding aspect of it in order to find the inner light within you. This inner light has shown a great deal about a relationship that was once a great deal for you overall, and there was a commitment that was rooted in a certain way, but those roots are being negotiated or perhaps uprooted in a certain way. There is a hand of fate that is having you negotiate with someone in particular, perhaps a Taurus, or perhaps someone you feel affiliated with, almost like it was deeply rooted for you. This commitment also had you feeling a great deal of perhaps manipulation, or perhaps a lot of outer forces were against this relationship, against this pairing. Perhaps the universe was conspiring to keep you two apart. Perhaps you came into power, and this power wasn't completely mandated by the higher forces that govern the universe. And it seemed like a challenge for you. What you were committed to was the knowledge about someone's holding back, someone's inability to truly be in the moment because of a great deal of psychological quandary, fear, loss of abandonment, fear of speaking truly in a way. Once again, this energy has a lot of manipulation around it, perhaps coercion. There may have been a great deal of fighting and a great deal of healing that needed to happen in this situation. Love needed to take place, but somehow the healing and the transmutation of love was out of unlove, or it was unevolved in a certain way. The great energy that was tying you to this person was becoming a bit toxic. Not absolutely, but it seemed like, yeah, there were options in terms, or perhaps delusion. There was a general cloud or a mist around your ability to see what to choose, how to choose it, what to choose from, what to drink from, to find great emotional solace. Okay? Someone made a choice and was able to see through their options, and there was some injustice in this. Perhaps you or someone else chose differently and they chose poorly, and it has led to a type of disconnect or perhaps discord with a person. The inability to heal with temperance in reverse. And something about the past was going a certain direction. There was a navigation or a compass of the general flow of energy between you and this person, but somehow the pathway was taken away or taken astray, and the route was lost. The route of the past was lost. Yeah. And it's led to a lot of inner work, shadow work, healing the inner child. The inner child was thirsty in a desert of emptiness. But there was a lot of emotion. This person opened up a great deal a great deal of emotion that was tied to your own sense of stability, your own conservatisms, everything that has made you who you are today, your ability to focus on details of certain formulae, certain types of formula were being celebrated and negotiated, and you healing a great deal has led to a hesitancy to start something new with someone else or perhaps the same person. Yeah, truths need to be found. Truths need to be unearthed. Perhaps you found this truth in isolation. Okay, we did begin with the Hermit card, and we're here again with the Four of Swords in reverse. Therefore, there is a great deal of restlessness when it comes to your own strength, a strength that has been building in a certain way, and once again you have had to negotiate something from the past, something of stability as well as emotional stability, and you're coming into making a choice about something that you've left in the past in order to find that end cycle, that end game with someone, because you're willing to choose them again, or perhaps they are willing to choose you again, but there is something hidden within the shadow, and there's something calling you back in order to start this beginning, and also to come out of waiting, or perhaps to wait a little bit longer to find this hidden joy and to find a new truth about your ego and how your own sense of self-worth and self-esteem is being communicated to you by some sort of higher truth, the truth you've been searching for, and you're willing to revisit anything from the past in order to find something that was lost or taken away from you, to find victory again. But be careful, because there is a great deal of something about the choice you're making, and there's something about love in general that you may not trust, or perhaps it leads you astray, and you're waiting for the right timing in order for things to execute appropriately. Okay, my dear Virgo, let's pause it. Okay, that was rather heavy. Let's continue with a new deck. Not totally new, but it's an alchemized deck that will be working from my Portuguese and Spanish deck combined. And we'll be doing for you a reading, general spread, intuitively, that has to do with your scaling, your upward movement towards ascension, what needs to be healed in terms of this relationship that was really intense in the pre-shuffle. A great deal of healing needs to happen, as well as truths need to come out, as well as people need to be honest and genuine. I think that's what you're searching for. Perhaps even you being more genuine to yourself. Let's see. Okay, yep. Commitment is on the cards. When it comes to a type of relationship, it needs to be communicated here with the ring. Yeah, 7th house. Something is missing about this commitment. there is a doorway within the symbol of this ring, or a doorway within the diviner, within someone here who's romantic of nature. Okay. The key also has to do with, yes, divine pairing here, and they are definitely lovers. We have the King of Cups as well as the Queen of Cups. Also here with the Master number of 22, the World in reverse. Something that was going to end is coming back in a certain way within this lovely pairing. Okay? Perhaps you're in this already, or perhaps there is a contract between you two that is mandated by the heavens. And there's something about the cycle that needs to be relived when it comes to these emotions that you've been harboring. And somehow this is the missing key. Maybe perhaps you guys have not woken up to the emotional and psychic and intuitive connection you share to each other, but it is very obvious they're staring at each other, okay? And there's something about this diviner, this gypsy woman, who's also part of the key when it comes to this commitment, in which someone's own stability, Taurus, Libra here, the Empress energy, there's something about it that is being negotiated. There's a lack of growth here, a lack of spiritual growth in a way. And there's also a divine pairing with 11 here. So it's 11 and down to the 2. There's a divine pairing here that has to do with a relationship that is hidden, the hidden key to your happiness perhaps, or your key to transformation or some form of ascent here. It's being negotiated. And there's a lack of growth here because you've been, once again, in a type of surrender and perhaps disarmaments. If there's a spiritual war going on here, there are two players, and they're both in love, but then they're also in hate. And they're perhaps reconciling. That's what's happening here. And there's a scaling here about some type of love affair in which somebody's stability was being felt out, or perhaps renegotiated or thought about in a certain way. Okay. Yeah, escapism, okay. Yeah, someone is escaping. Someone is moving away, or perhaps finding perspective. Nah, it's not escaping. It's finding perspective and grounded stability within their own inner world as well as their outer world. Their own self-identity, their mode of expression is generally overall squelched here, okay? There's like a holdback or holding pattern here when it comes to the key towards commitment. The commitment happens between, once again, the King and Queen of Cups here, and the inability to end a cycle, or perhaps the need to begin again, okay? I need to know why this cycle is both beginning and ending at the same time. Okay, someone's holding on to this cycle, and there's a great deal of sacrifice when it comes to this pairing here. Okay, the divine masculine is having to sacrifice something in order to appease the divine feminine. Okay, this has become a twin flame reading. There's something very dramatic about the divine feminine in that she has been holding back and finding perspective and her own emotional grounding in a certain way. She's looking for commitment, and there's a secret key towards that commitment that has to do with her own spiritual evolution. She is ascending. Okay? Virgo, I see you as a divine feminine here. There's also a divine masculine who has possessive qualities, also playing the victim when it comes to this cycle that needs to happen again, or perhaps that needs to be restarted. But something has obviously ended and is being renegotiated here, and it comes with this divine pairing. But there's something about the lack of growth here that is within you. There's something about the creative force within you that is being felt again. It's being felt, and a perspective is shifting in which you are coming into power with the way you are. Okay. Yeah, okay. Once again, the Hermit in reverse comes up, just like in the pre-shuffle. And it speaks of, once again, you knowing already from a great deal of solitude what the hell it is you need in order to ascend spiritually. You know that there's a hand of fate in this when it comes to your relationships, 1 and 6 breaking down to the 7. And the 7 here again echoes here with the need to stabilize in a type of commitment this whole ordeal, okay? You're looking for fixity, my dear Virgo. You're looking for the detail that will help you ascend and remember this divine connection. Thank you.